and I've been muted this whole time. So going from Bologna to Torino, I'm going to pull my tag lift up because I've got a difficult time getting out of here. Looks like I need to turn my gain down a bit. Okay. Apparently somebody's honking at me. I'm not sure who that is. Maybe they're not honking at me, or they're just honking. Anyway, let's go ahead and pull out of here. So compared to last time when I streamed, I've changed the orientation of my controller so that you guys are seeing the same orientation. Oh, that was close. The same orientation that I'm seeing, rather than upside down. So I'm hoping that that would be better for you. Let's go ahead and turn Toby back on. Okay. I think I'm gonna make it. Hey, look at that. I mean, I'm sure they planned it so that you would make it. I can probably drop the tag at this point. Hopefully it's not too seasickening to use Toby. I'll go ahead and turn it off when I get out of... This is why they're honking. We have got somebody who is stuck right here. Happens to be where I'm trying to get out of as well. And for whatever reason, I mean, they're just being nice and trying to let me out, it looks like. Well, thank you. Thank you for holding up all the traffic for me. Oh, this is why. We've got a semi up here. And apparently a Renault, a Renault truck that... This could be fun. I'm not quite sure what to do about this, because obviously the game is glitched, and I don't think that just ignoring the problem is going to make it go away. I wonder if I could just give him a little bit of a push here and maybe, you know, stall out and maybe get rid of this. The other option would be just to go around. You know what? I'm taking that option. Okay, we're going to go around. Okay. Everybody's honking now. Okay. We're just gonna use the sidewalk for a road. Huh. Looks like one of my traffic mods is messing up, would be my guess. Okay. I think we're good to go around here. And I want to hang a left up here. Got a semi who's stuck. Got all kinds of traffic that's stuck. Okay. Don't want to be going too fast when I drop off here. And his wheels are like into the road. Man, all kinds of fun. Thank you all. I don't remember which traffic mod I'm using, but it's one of them, and apparently it's having issues. Okay, so let's get up to speed here. There we go. Man, my frame rate is still just not all that great. I've been really struggling here. I'm doing encoding with my GPU to try and save my CPU for processing in-game stuff. My GPU is sitting at like 50%, and my frame rate's still only 24 frames per second. Maybe my computer thinks that it's a movie, and I only can see 24 frames. That's probably what it is. Okay, let's get our toll ticket and let's head out of here. Hopefully frame rate will pick up a bit as we get out of town here. You know what, I'm gonna do something really quickly though. Let me see if there are any processes that maybe I can kill that will save me a few cycles and maybe get things working a little better. That can go away for now. We'll leave that. Okay. You know what, we're gonna go ahead and exit Chrome, because Chrome is a memory hog anyway. Okay. Okay. I think maybe that'll free up a little. Whether it's enough to make a difference, I don't know. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's see, 3 low. We're gonna go to 3 high. Okay, 4 low it is. Now, nice thing is once I leave here, those guys will all get their stuff sorted out because they'll get deleted. So, you know, then they'll all be happy too. So we've got to get on the highway here. Okay, this isn't too heavy of a load, so I don't expect to have much trouble. I've been hauling the heavy cargo DLC stuff recently, so 22 tons isn't that heavy. I mean, it's not light, don't get me wrong. And I'm going to turn off the eye tracker now that we're on the open road. And this looks like it's our turn. Anyway, hopefully I'm going to get a chance. On my last one, I did kind of a rant, and I'm not planning on pursuing that rant any farther here. So maybe I'll get to enjoy a little bit of the Italian countryside. I've been driving in Italy for a little bit now, and my last drive was at night, so I didn't get to see hardly anything. But maybe it'll be a little more exciting this time. Or a little more visible at least. Okay, so looks like our speed limit is 80 kilometers an hour. So we're gonna set our cruise for 84. 84 is good. Not gonna get a ticket, but we're gonna make good time. So, there we go. I am really looking forward to the Italian expansion. Sorry, I was trying to use the eye tracker, and that's just at highway speeds. It seems to be a little bit dangerous. So we're gonna merge over there. We're gonna try and catch a couple of glimpses here. At some point, I'm gonna try and remember to take a screenshot for the thumbnail here. But in the meantime, we'll put some miles on the road. 36 frames. We're almost above peasantry at this point. Frame rates are so low, and the CPU just isn't working all that hard. Whoa. Okay, that was my fault. I admit, that was my fault. That was not the AI. Well, you know, other than the fact that that guy was stopping in the middle of the road for no reason. Other than that, now, you'd think I was driving or something. Anyway, Italy's beautiful. I've never been to Italy myself. Spent some time in Germany, but I have not spent any time in Italy. That would be wonderful to go to one day. It is definitely on that bucket list. We'll see if that bucket list ever gets crossed off. Whoops, hit my mouse there. So, it's like we've got maybe a coal power plant over there. Definitely got a big cooling smokestack, whatever it is. Yeah, my guess it's a power plant. We've got some power lines coming and stuff, so that's probably what it is. And if I knew my Italian geography and had been there, I would probably say, oh yeah, I've seen that power plant, but that is not the case. So I've turned up the ambient volume or the game volume just a little bit in comparison to my voice, because I felt like it was coming through really quietly on the last recording. So hopefully it's not overriding my voice too much. So really quickly, we are going from here to the A50, huh? Okay, so we want the A50. So this is not mine. We're going to Torino, so I'm going to take the Torino. A1, okay, that looks right. There we go. This Italian expansion should be really cool. Right now you can, drive around northern Italy, but to get all of Italy will be quite the addition. I am playing with Pro Mods and Roost Maps, both now. I have actually yet, I've downloaded and played the Roost Maps mod for, you know, I don't know, close to as long as I've been playing Euro Truck, but I've yet to ever go anywhere that the Roost Maps actually is mapped. So it hasn't done me a whole lot of good at this point. Okay, let's merge on over. So anyway, but Pro Mods makes a huge difference. I love the work that Pro Mods has done. Lots and lots that goes into that work. I'm currently running 2.2. And I just noticed today that the Jazzy Cat AI traffic pack, which is where all these cars come from, had another upgrade today to 6.1. I'm having a hard time telling you exactly where you tell which update brings what cars, but definitely, I mean, he said that there's more cars than there were before, so anyway, but I was talking in just an earlier stream, either my one last night, that I had what I thought was his newest one out, which was, and then he went and released another one today, which made me have to go get the newer one. Oh, except you know what? I forgot to go into the mod manager and enable that, so I'm still running 6.0 at this point, not 6.1. Had I enabled it, then I would be up to it. But okay, so we've got. Let's go ahead and kick on the engine brake, and we're going to turn up the retarder so we can start slowing down here. Drop to low, and we'll drop to 5 low. Okay. And then we'll come in and we'll go ahead and go to 3 and 2. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. I'm going to mute for a second. Ah, man, that was quite the sneeze. Okay, hit enter. 26 euro. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm a little sniffly tonight, so hopefully that doesn't come through too much. We can kick off the retarder now. So one of the other mods I have is some AI traffic mod, and I already talked about some of the change, you know, that it may have been what was causing the glitch back there. But I've also I had what, today or yesterday as I was playing, I had a semi-truck who, in one of those situations, oh, this is good, this is my exit, was trying to merge on, and he wasn't getting up to speed fast enough, and I just assumed at some point he'd let off and it wasn't a big deal. Well, he didn't. He ran into the side of me, caused a significant amount of damage, and of course I got the ticket because that's how the game works. But I was quite surprised that he would go ahead and just hit me instead of, well, I'm going to slow down. But part of the mod says that it makes the drivers more aggressive and not so hesitant about everything, and that was definitely the case because he was not hesitant to hit me. So there you go. Okay, heading up to speed now. Let's see. Don't need that retarder on. Let's see how our merging traffic is coming. Okay, we're gonna merge over now. Sorry, I guess you guys can't see it, but I could see my mirror over there. As I said in my earlier video, I actually play on an ultra wide, but I'm having a hard time keeping up the frame rates. I mean, even more so than now. Hey, I'm up to like 60 frames now, but having a hard time keeping up the frame rate even more than I currently do. And so I went ahead and I dropped from trying to record the ultra wide to just recording the center of the screen, so it's in 2560 by 1440 instead of 3440 by 1440, and that seems to have reduced the load some. But that also means that you guys can't see the edges of my screen, which there's not a whole lot to see most of the time. But in that case, I was looking at my right mirror and you couldn't see it, so I was checking to see if there was any traffic. So I'm gonna have to remember as I go forward that you guys can't see over there, and to try and get it far enough over that you can see. Okay. So it looks like I'm about down to speed now. Speed limit is 40, and that's about what I'm doing, so I should be good to go. Anyway, the mods make a lot of difference. I've got a few trucks in here. I've got, I already said pro mods and wrist maps, and I've got a graphics mod, and I've got some sound mods, and I keep having to take off though because I added back. I love the sound fix mod. Current version is like 1.73 or 17.73 or something. I don't remember exactly what it is, but I keep having the game crash when I'm using. You know what? I'm gonna stay over here. Keep having the game crash, and when I look up the crash log, it looks like that's the one that's doing it, and when I disable it, it doesn't crash anymore. So sadly, I love the sounds they throw in there, but there's something in there that's not playing nicely. So until that's fixed, I'm not going to be using that one anymore. Okay, let's get ready to pay our toll here. Oh, start the toll road, not pay it. We'll go ahead and do the high gears in the lower. Oh. Okay. Let's go ahead and merge over. Hopefully this Scania doesn't go too slowly. Well, this is something that I don't agree with on the AI, because as far as I understood it, the laws in Germany were that you never pass on the right. Like, that's just something you don't do. And so I'm not quite sure why they have programmed the AI to pass on the right. So that, okay, now this guy's not passing on the right, so I guess it's not completely there. I know in America people do it sometimes, and I do it sometimes in America, but in Europe it is a very big no-no. Okay, well, we're going to get up to speed here, I guess. Let's see. I'm wondering if this guy hauling the two Scania trucks is ever going to get over. So I've only learned recently, so I've always driven Volvos on this game. That's what I've always driven. What I've learned recently is that the Scanias actually have a pretty big following. Oh, no, I want to be over here. Actually have a pretty big following, which I didn't know. I never was, I don't know, I never got drawn to them like I did to the Volvos. I like the Volvos better. But anyway, so I've also never driven with the Scania shifter layout, which, as I understand, is, I mean, it's almost a reverse of the Volvo. So Volvo is reverse is down left, first and fourth are up middle, second and fifth are down middle, and third and sixth are upright. And the Scania is pretty much the opposite of that. And so it's reverses up over here, and then first, second, third that way, and so it would be a pretty big change. On American Truck Simulator, I drive with Eaton Fuller, obviously, and Eaton Fuller is 1, 2, 3, 4, but reverses up over here. So the big changes for me as I switch back and forth is that there's no 4 in, you know, you've only got sets of 3 instead of sets of 4, and then the Eaton Fuller also has a crawler gear, which my truck doesn't currently have. Now it looks like I can get one with a crawler, which makes me assume that at that point the crawl gears are going to be up and to the left, so they'll be almost the opposite of on that front from the Eaton Fuller, because Eaton Fuller is reversing up to the front, whereas the crawlers are down, and it'll be switched. But that's the biggest change I noticed as I switch between games is where the gears are located. The other one, actually, the biggest difference is shifting with a synchro meshed and a non-synchro meshed tranny. With the non-synchro trannies, then you end up with having to. Here, sorry, I'm going to pause for just a second. You end up having to float the gears, which is great. But with a synchro mesh trailer or tranny, you do not want to float the gears. That's a great way to destroy gears. So that's a big change as well. And I noticed that change especially on splitting gears, because I hit the splitter and let off the gas and nothing happens. So then I have to then pump the clutch to get it to shift. But once I get used to the, it just takes a little bit of time to get used to it again. I had been playing American Truck a lot more, but since I started streaming, I've been doing Euro Truck and haven't gotten back to play American Truck. But I guess I've got to like December 3rd to finish the double trailer challenge, so that's not too big of a deal. Sorry, pausing again for just a second. But I'm about halfway there, so I've got some time before I run out of time. Anyway, sorry, my nose is all stuffy, and that's definitely going to come through on the microphone. Let me mute for just a second. Okay, we're coming up on a toll booth, and that is something that I definitely notice about driving in France. Actually, and I guess this is Italy. Germany doesn't have a lot in the way of toll booths. But France and Italy seem to have them all over the place. I'm not necessarily a huge fan of them, but I guess they've got to pay for the road somehow. So let's kill this retarder now. And my frame rate has dropped again with all the cars jockeying for position. €16 for that toll road. Oh, I don't need to cycle through these gears. Okay. Go on to 4 low. I could skip even more of my gears because I'm just not that heavily loaded right now. But let's have it. So, I talked about this in a previous video, but I usually don't split the lower gears. It's not until I get to the higher ranges that I usually start splitting gears. Although that time I chose to split more of them. But that's kind of abnormal. Probably just wasn't paying enough attention, so. Okay. Oh, did that one too fast. Okay. So I'm gonna turn back on the Toby. Okay. And we want to turn left here. Okay, so this is a yield, which means technically if no one's coming, I don't have to stop. We're going for it. I'm not sure whether I'm turning right or left up here, so I'm going to go ahead and get over. Nope, I need 5th. Oh, okay, we've got a light. I think we're going to make this, though. Okay, but we are not going to make the next one. Okay, oh. Cop had a suicide wish, huh? Okay, let's start slowing down here. Okay. So one of the things that I still struggle with is on these flat nose, how close you can get. So I've got a mirror up there that allows me to see how close I actually am, because I'm never as close as I think I am, which has worked out in my favor many times, where I thought I was in an accident, only I had just inches to spare, or sometimes, you know, meters to spare. See that mix of imperial and metric. Anyway, so that's, and you had the yield sign, so I'm good. And this is my okay, let's stop. One of the mods I have is it gets rid of the green circles, or the green squares, and puts these little circles in its place. Okay, first off, let's hit enter. And we're gonna go ahead and back it in. Okay, now let's enable Toby again, and I'm gonna do that. Take off my tag lift so I can turn more sharply. Okay, and we are going to start circling. Okay. Oh, like I said, I thought I was hitting the fence, and I actually still had a little bit of space. Okay, let's see if I pulled up enough. Oh, let's go for reverse, not second. I don't think that I pulled up enough. We're gonna back up just a little bit. Okay, and then we are gonna give it a little more space here. You know what? We're gonna do this. Okay. Now, we're gonna swing it hard. Watching my mirrors, Follow it in. Following. Turning too sharp. Oh, too sharp still. Okay. We'll see if I can do this on the first try here. Not as straight as I'd like, that's for sure. Okay, we're gonna pull it forward. See how we're going. How are we looking? Okay, so okay, let's go ahead. Of course, I think about it, and then I go the wrong way. Ooh, too far. And we're there. That wasn't too bad. Okay. I can turn off the Toby. Let's take a look here. A little to the side, but that works. Okay. I'm going to drop this trailer and see how it went. Okay. Well, not a lot, because I didn't go very far, but there we go. And I never did take a screenshot, so let's get that screenshot. Okay. Okay. Photo mode. Okay. And you know what? I'm going to do this after we drop off the call. Thanks for anybody that watches this, and I'll see you next time.